Welcome to the Fantasy NASCAR Podcast, Daytona 500 2026. Let's take a look at the new racefortheprize.com tools. You also have access to the old school spreadsheets, but let me sell you on the tools, $300 for the season. If that's too much, then $30 for the old school monthly stuff. But let's look at the tools. Let's look at the Daytona 500. Let me show you how easy it is to use these bad boys, Cup Series Super Speedway projections. So you can do all this on your phone. Obviously, I'm using a desktop, but on your phone it works. Imagine that. No clunky spreadsheets, no waiting on me to update the spreadsheets. It's all instant. You have it all. You have it all for the rest of the season. Anything you want to look at. Las Vegas, Phoenix, the road courses. Go ahead and look at it now. Go ahead and run the projections now. Optimize now. All right, so for the Daytona 500, what you'll do is you'll click on the folder and get a CSV that simply has the start, the driver name, the salary, and their DK ID, and then you're going to drop it in right here, and I'll go ahead and do that real quick on my part. Boom, boom, boom. Now it is loaded. You would have downloaded it. You can do all this on your phone. It's in. Pop, pow. I've got some quick fantasy NASCAR Daytona 500 projections. And maybe let's go really chaotic with this Super Speedway projection tool. Now, my other projection tools, Las Vegas, Phoenix, road courses, they're different, they're coded different. This one's a little more simplistic because, as we all know, it's DFS NASCAR at a super speedway. You know the game. So it is based on a lot of historical data and historical trends. But again, all my different projection models are different. This is not some vanilla someone just throwing together their best adaptation of, well, I can project for NFL, so I'll just take these same rules and apply it to NASCAR. No, there's more analysis here. All right, so we got our projections, and I export that to a CSV. Again, this all works on your phone, and then I can load that same CSV into an optimizer. I can load it into the ownership. So we'll just go to optimizer, and we will just quickly upload that CSV. Boom. And there it is. We've got our projections all locked in. Now, for super speedways, I'm not having the model project fast laps and laps led. I chose not to go that route, but you can manually update it in the web tool, or you can update it in a Excel or Google Sheets. So there it is. There's our projections. Boom. Awesome. That's great. Those look beautiful. Those look nice. Now, how do I optimize? Cool, no problem. It's got the projections, and let's just scroll down and look. Hey, let's build, I don't know, 100 lineups based on the projections. Give me some optos. And there it is. Boom, boom, boom. 422 points with a lot of money left on the table, but you know how you roll at Daytona. And then I can quickly export that, and I get the DraftKings import to enter 150 lineups. Boom, bingo, bango, Bob's your uncle. There it is. That's how it works. You want to go back and look at, well, what about the ownership? Boom, pow. Again, I'll just upload the exact same file that I used previously. And there was my projections. Open, let's say 50,000 entries. I think there's actually more for the Daytona 500. And we'll project ownership. And there you go. Boom, done. Got some projected ownership based on that. Now, what? I don't really agree with your projections. That's fine. Because, again, we can just go back to the square one where we ran our model. Well, I don't like these. All right, let's just export that again. And then just open it in well, the window's not going to run because I'm recording here. But if I were, you would see on your screen just a regular Excel file. And in the Excel file, you can change the data. If you want to change someone's finishing position, just change the finishing position. You want to add some fast points, lap sled points, adjust it in a spreadsheet, save that, and then you have a CSV that you can put in the optimizer, in the ownership. All right, what are some of these other tools that we can explore? Let's go back to the main page, and where's my main page at? What else? I mean, there's tons and tons of data. Pit stops, projections, MME, visualizers, notes, all kinds of tools as you dig into this. It's really, the possibilities are endless. Every day I'm adding more and more and more stuff. Nice little chat room right here. So much growth possible once you break free of the paradigm of spreadsheets and simple tables. You can take those simple tables, make them much more interactive in a web tool format, which runs a lot better on your cell phone, quicker, and all the data is instantaneous. No manual updates, no waiting on somebody, and the ability to modify on your own and make your own picks instead of just following whatever YouTube show picks you watch or following some sort of spreadsheet that you really can't touch or adjust or update. Look, boom, let's look at some super speedway optimals. I've shown this before, so we've got all the DraftKings slates from the beginning to now, actually excluding the 2015 Spring Daytona race if you are an old school player when the product launched, because remember, that's only 5 rosters in this. Anyway, we can see all the optimal lineups here from all the super speedways. If I want to change the tracks to look at, I can. We can look at driver frequency, and we can see how many times were these drivers optimal. You can search, obviously, to see who's been optimal the most at Daytona. Michael McDowell on the top of your board. Optimal percentage, so how many times is this driver optimal based on the amount of super speedway races he's been in? Chandler Smith. Too bad he's not going to be in the 500. Now, a lot of times you just want to make picks based on starting position. So there's your breakdown of where do the optimal picks come from. Clearly, they come from stack in the back. And you can get even more detailed analysis of exactly the specific races. Where was the driver starting 30th? When were they optimal? You can see every single race. I just want to see Daytona. All right, let's just look at Daytona. And it's still, we will see here in the back, in the specific years that they were optimal. Look at that amazing information that you can't get through spreadsheets or through all the other sites that are more vanilla. Well, we got a NASCAR product because we sell NBA, MLB, and so we should offer this too, and maybe we can get someone to subscribe. Anyway, we get driver analysis, race breakdowns, information to help you make your picks. All right, hopefully that was helpful. Again, racewithprize.com, PayPal, and when you sign up, send me your email. I'll give you access to the sites. Now, if you want the stripped down version where you're just looking at basic spreadsheets that I've exported from the tools, that's fine, 30 bucks. But I think you're going to want to upgrade to get the tools as they grow and become more sophisticated and more advanced, but not sophisticated on your end, sophisticated on my end, user-friendly, easy, instant, awesome. Please sign up. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining me again. Let's have a wonderful 2026.